Assalamu alaikum and very good morning. Today I will explain you some important topics of the chemical reactivity of elements of grade 9 chemistry. So first of all, the first question of this chapter is differentiate metals and non-metals. So first of all, I will explain what are metals. So metals have the following properties, right? And as you are familiar that whenever you heat a metal, it can be heated up. If you touch with a wire, so electricity can be passed from it, right? So metals are good conductor of heat and electricity. The next property of metals are that can be beaten into sheets. We can make sheets like warehouses. If you look at warehouses, so at the top you will see sheets, so they can be made from metals. Non-metal metals are ductile, means we can make wires from it. The next property of metals are they are sonorous. If a hard object is hit a metal, so an echo sound is produced. The next property of metals are they have high strength due to high attraction between the particles, right? The next property of metals are they have high density, so they are heavy, they are not light objects. The next property of metals are they have high melting and boiling points. And the next property of metals are they combine with oxygen to form basic oxides. Now comes towards non-metals. So non-metals have the following properties. So non-metals are bad conductor of heat and electricity, right? The next property of non-metals are not malleable. We cannot make sheets from non-metals. The next property of non-metals are not ductile. We cannot make sheets from it. Sorry, we cannot make wires from it. Next property, property number 4, non-metals are not sonorous. If in a hard object is hit it, right? So an echo sound cannot be produced from it. The next property of point number 5, non-metals have low tensile strength. So because they have weak attraction between the particles. Next property, non-metals have low density, right? So they are not heavy, they are light objects, most of them. Next property, point number 7, non-metals have low melting and boiling points. Point number 8, non-metals combine with oxygen to form acidic oxides. The next question of this chapter, chemical reactivity, is electropositive character. So explain electropositive character. So what is electropositivity, or what is electropositive or metallic character? So the tendency of an element or elements to lose electrons and form positive ions, which is called cations, is called electropositive or metallic character. For example, M stands here for metals. When it gains energy, so it forms M plus ion, meaning how many electrons it will lose, plus number of electrons it lost. Where M stands for what? Any metal, and the electropositive nature of metals due to their large atomic size and low ionization energies. So that's why they lose electrons. Among the elements, the alkali metals are the most electropositive elements. For examples, Na plus energy, so it will form Na plus 1 electron. For example number 2, Ca plus energy, so it will form Ca plus 2 electrons. And then Al plus energy, so it will form Al plus 3 electrons. It will lose. Then what now comes towards what are the factors which affect electropositivity of metals or metallic character of metals. The electropositive character of an element depends upon these factors. Number 1, atomic size. Number 2, nuclear charge. And number 3, ionization energy. So first, atomic size. How does it affect the electropositive character increases with increase in atomic size of metals. Point number two. Next factor is nuclear charge. Electropositivity decreases with increase in number of nuclear charge of metals means number of protons. If we increase the number of protons, so number of electrons will also increase. So metals will hard to lose electrons. So metals will not lose electrons easily. Point number three, ionization energy. The electropositivity or metallic character of metals increase with increase in ionization energy and vice versa means if the electropositivity, right, electropositivity of metal increase with decrease in ionization energy, right? So if an element has low ionization energy, so it will release electron easily and its metallic character will be increased, right? So the next is trends in the periodic table of the electropositivity or metallic character. So number one, across the periods, what happens if we move across the periods? So electropositivity or metallic character decreases from left to right across the periods, right? And what happens down the group? So down the group, the electropositivity or metallic character increases down the group. Now comes towards the next important question. Explain electronegative character of nonmetals or electronegativity of nonmetals. So it can be defined as it is the tendency of nonmetal atom to gain electrons or electrons to form anions. Generally, it can be expressed as X stands for any non-metals. When it gains one electron, so it forms a uninegative ions X minus 1. Now come towards what is the trend? What are the trends in the periodic table? So let me to explain first across the period. What happens across the periods? So electronegative character increases from left to right across a period, and this is due to increase in nuclear charge and decrease in atomic size, which binds the extra electrons more tightly to the nucleus. So that's why non-metallic character or electronegativity increases if you move across the period. If you move across the period, the number of electrons are increased, so the number of protons are also increased. So the attraction between the electrons and protons increases. So elements then tend to lose electrons very hardly. So that means they will gain electron, they will not lose electron. So they will electron very easily. So that's why non-metallic character or electronegativity increases from left to right. Trends in the group, right? So electronegative character decreases from top to bottom in a group because the atomic sizes increases down the group. So the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell electron, which is called valence electron, increases. So that's why electronegative character decreases down the group, and then down the group the atoms then harder to gain electrons. So that's why electronegativity or electronegative character decreases down the group. This is due to decrease in nuclear charge and increase in atomic size. Name some most electronegative elements. Like the most electronegative elements of the periodic table are halogens. So halogens can gain electrons to form halide ions. For example, A plus 1 electron, so it will gain 1 electron, so it will form fluoride ions. F minus ion, chlorine will gain 1 electron, so it will form chloride ion. Now the next question is what are alkali or alkali and alkaline earth metals, or differentiate alkali or alkali. Some people pronounce it alkali and alkaline earth metals. Group 1A elements are called alkali metals, right? In the periodic table, group 1 elements are called alkali or alkali metals. Alkali is an Arabic word, right, which means ash. So these elements were extracted from the ash, so that's why they are called alkali metals. they have single valence electrons, so their oxidation state is +1. Group 2 elements are called alkaline earth metals because these elements have been extracted from the earth crust and have similar properties with alkali metals, so that's why they are called alkaline earth metals. So this was about means alkali metals and alkaline earth metals. Now comes towards the next question, which is given below. So the point, they have two valence electrons, right? So their oxidation state is +2. This is about the what alkaline earth metals. Alkali metals have +1 oxidation state because they have single valence electrons. The next very important question, it is advisable not to pick up sodium with metal with fingers. Depend this statement, right? This is important question and always come in the paper. The answer should be sodium is very reactive metal, right? It reacts with water violently to form sodium peroxide and liberate hydrogen gas. Like Na2Na plus H2O, it forms what 2NaOH plus hydrogen gas. This reaction is highly exothermic and releases a lot of heat which may burn fingers. So that's why it is not advisable to pick up sodium with fingers. So this is important questions for examination point of view. Why sodium is not picked with fingers, right? Why? You explain it. So the next question is, what is milk of magnesia and where is it used? So the chemical formula of milk of magnesia is magnesium hydroxide, and its chemical formula is MgOH whole twice, and it is called milk of magnesia, and it is used as an anti-acid. If we feel acidity in the stomach, so the following reaction will take place. So we take milk of magnesia from pharmacy, from medical store. So when we eat this one, so Mg, and we drink this syrup, so magnesium hydroxide reacts with hydrochloric acid, so this produces what magnesium chloride plus water. The next important questions, what are noble metals? Give examples. So what are noble metals? So some metals are very difficult to oxidize are called noble metals, and examples are copper, silver, platinum, gold, etc. So they are noble metals. The next question, write down the some importance, right? What are the importance of noble metals, or what are the uses of noble metals? This is not heavy metals, this is heavy metals, right? These are also heavy metals as well. And what are the use of heavy metals means noble metals. Number one, gold. Gold is a precious metal, as you know. It has the following uses. It is used in computer parts for rapid and accurate transmission of information. Number two, it is mostly used as jewelry. Number three, its alloy are used in dental fillings, tooth crowns, and orthodontic appliances due to inertness and non-allergic nature. The next noble metal is silver. So it is used in jewelry. Number two, it is used in alloy formation. Number three, it is used for making coins. Number four, it can be drawn into sheets and wires. Number five, it is combined with silver bromide and used in photography. Point number three, platinum. It is very also important. It is used in catalytic converter in the vehicles and the cars to remove pollutants from car engines. Number two, it is used in jewelry as well. Number three, it is used in making surgical tools. Number four, it is used in dental fillings as well, right? Number five, it is used in laser and in making photographic materials. So these were the uses of noble metals, as I have explained. And noble metals, gold, platinum, and silver. Now, the last topic of this chapter is what are halogens? Name the members of halogens. Group 7A elements of the periodic table, they are called halogens. Halogens is a Greek word, right, which means salt former. The oxidizing power of halogen decreases down the group in this order. Fluoride F2 is greater than Cl2 is greater than Br2 is greater than I2, while the reducing power increasing down the group, like I2 is greater than Br2 is greater than Cl2 is greater than F2. The strength of hydrogen halide increases. Hydrogen halide means when hydrogen reacts with these elements, so they form hydrogen halides. So the strength of hydrogen halides increases as Hi is greater than, stronger than HBr, is stronger than HCl, is stronger than HF, or HF is weaker than HCl, or weaker than HBr, or weaker than Hi. So this was about most important topics of chemical reactivity of metals. So please concentrate on these topics, and in the board exam a lot of question will become inshallah 100% from this chapter and from these topics. So that's why I will request you to memorize, to run again these questions, that you may become perfect in writing in these questions. So that's why, so I will upload some new topics and next chapters. So that's why I need your comments and what topic you want that I make for you. And I would like to request subscribe my channel that you receive updates and most updated topics of your course. Thanks for watching. Allah Hafiz.